and welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be not really taking a look at the future, just like more like the um I guess the near future, I guess you could say. And I do want to point something out today. The Storm Prediction Center, as you can see, has updated their graphic, and this is really really cool. I'm so excited for to use this in the spring season. As you can see, they've really cleaned up the graphics. They have the legend down here now, marginal risk of severe weather. Another cool thing I want to show y'all is under the tornado intensity. You could see our usual probabilities and then our usual significant severe, but they've added two more levels of intensity that would be issued if needed. Today, there's no risk of tornadoes, at least a very minimal. Wind risk, as you can see, they have this probability here, the three intensities, and then the hail risk. The hail risk only goes up to Sig 2, so significant severe 2, and that's the 5% risk for today. Across the Central Plains here, southern Central Plains, into the Midwest there. Unfortunately, I don't think they've updated it for day 2 yet, but I'm pretty sure it's underway. Tornado, we do have a 10% risk of tornadoes tomorrow across northeastern Texas, southeast Oklahoma, western Arkansas, so like the Arklatex region, or that region right in here specifically. And then we have our wind risk for tomorrow, 15% for that region as well, with a 5% surrounding it, and then another 15% area there. A day 3 outlook, we do have a slight risk of severe weather once again across these areas. Here, that's just probabilistic. There is a significant severe probabilistic here. So that means significant severe thunderstorms are expected. So Thursday, this is Thursday. I should be able to go live for this, thankfully. Because that'll definitely be need to live covered. I might go live tomorrow, depending on how late it is, because obviously I have church on Wednesday. And then, see, day 4, we have an enhanced risk. A day 4 enhanced risk. From areas like Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Missouri, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Kansas City, Kansas, Overland Park, Kansas, enhanced risk. And then we have the slight risk from areas like Chicago, southern Wisconsin, Iowa, southeast Nebraska, central Kansas, areas towards Oklahoma City. Although Oklahoma City is in the enhanced, out down towards Dallas, Fort Worth. And let's see, a very nice area there of a slight risk. And then on day 5, predictability too low. This means that there could be severe weather on day 5, but they just don't know where. But day 4, yeah, this is really interesting to see. So we're going to take a look at our NAM model. I like to use this for severe weather, as well as the HRRR, but the HRRR is out of range right now. So for today's event, we do see some scattered showers and storms. Let's see. Yeah, today's event, we do see some scattered showers and storms developing here. And then after, let's see. And then tomorrow's event, which is a slight risk, I believe. Let's go back to the day 2. Whoops. Yeah, tomorrow's event is a slight risk. It is a slight. It'll be interesting to see how this pans out. But also, another thing I want to point out is I'm really interested to see if they're going to use any of the new significant severe levels for this. That'll be really interesting. Day 4, obviously, they could use some of the level 2 significant severe. We'll just see how that pans out. But on the topic of tomorrow, we do see those isolated thunderstorms developing across these areas here. Let's see. There we go. We do see some isolated thunderstorms developing here. Then as we keep on moving, the 5th, another slight risk across some of these areas. The NAM doesn't show it. I don't know why. I think it might just be, I don't know. We might have to look at, let's see, a longer range model. I obviously don't want to use any of the low resolution ones. I might have to though. Maybe this one will have to do for now. The NAM 3KM. Let's see. So today does show storms firing off here late at night into the early morning of tomorrow. Then tomorrow, let's see. What is the threat for tomorrow? Or where is it? Excuse me. Yeah, they have updated the day 2 now. The tornado risk has been expanded, I believe. The wind risk also definitely been expanded. I think this has been expanded now further eastward. So we do see this nice little corridor setting up here. Let's see if we see that on the NAM. Oh, we do. Oh, wow. It is showing some nice intense convection moving through. Whoops. Let's get back over to my drawing tool here. We do have this nice corridor of convection setting up here. Especially with this high pressure system, as you can definitely tell, this high pressure system is bringing a lot of warm air up on the west side of it, and then it's bringing all this air down here. And it's really clearing out this area here, as you can see. Definitely clearing out. It's a nice, strong, high pressure system, 1027 millibars. And where this sets up, if it sets up just even a little bit eastward, this storms they would move about this much eastward, but generally they would stay within the risk. So, since we know the storms are going to be at firing by around 12Z tomorrow, we can go ahead and take a look at our upper air profiles. Let's see, 500 millibars. Well, does it go any higher than that? Instability was here. I don't know if it goes any higher than that. That's strange. That's strange. It only goes up to 500 millibars, but moving out to 12Z on tomorrow, Tuesday, or Wednesday. 12Z, you can see we have a nice, strong upper level trough here moving through the region, and we do have some nice southwesterly flow. This will be coming off of the Pacific, so we can get some Pacific moisture moving. And then we also have this little bit of Gulf flow out into this region. So we have a combination of two nice moisture sources across the region. And we also have some very subtle short waves. We have this nice short wave in here. These could really get convection going, especially along the boundary here. And now as we keep moving later into the day, something interesting happens. This low, it was closed off, and now now it's not closed off anymore. So that's pretty interesting. And then we do see the wind get really, really intense here. But this is moving too far out now. This is the 5th. So let's take a look at the 700 millibar wind profile for tomorrow at 12Z. Yeah, this is 12Z here tomorrow. 700 millibar wind profile. This is a little bit lower in the atmosphere. We do have nice lower level jet here. Nice moisture advection. Less from the Pacific. This flow is kind of cut off here. more from the Gulf. This flow, the Gulf flow, is still remaining, but we have this Pacific jet being cut off. And then as we keep on moving, as the storms would intensify, we do see an intensification of the low-level jet. If you don't know what the low-level jet does, this would just increase shear, and it would help more storms to develop. Definitely, they're moving into a really sheared environment here. So we also see a little bit of a 700 millibar trough start to develop. Pretty interesting here. We do start to see the 700 millibar trough to develop here. But it isn't anything too intense, though. It is a little bit of a trough, as you can definitely tell. It has I believe this is a negatively tilted axis. 850 millibars. This is your lower levels of the atmosphere. So moving to tomorrow, this is 12Z. We do have low level jet, nice moisture advection here. But this Pacific jet once again cut off in the lower levels. Just in the upper levels, it would remain. And we do have this. Let's see, this area here of a nice low level jet right as the storms are forming, and then it continues to move northward with these storms. So we had this nice pocket of shear here. If we look at the hodograph map, I'm not sure if that's possible on this one, but I know on some models it's possible. Yes, surface-based cape and hodographs. This will be very helpful. So if we take a look at it on the 4th, tomorrow at 12Z, we have a nice pocket of surface-based cape right as these storms are developing. You can see we have some kind of boundary set up here. Obviously, that's cutting off the cape to the west of this, so the severe threat will probably be minimal to the west of that, but to the east and along this boundary here, storms will fire. And the hodographs look really messy at this point, but as the storms mature, you could see just they're starting to get more of like a cyclical shape. And then just downstream, we have like a nice deep layer shear, as well as like surface shear and everything. And that layer of surface-based cape really intensifies with this southerly flow. So these storms tomorrow could really get something going. And then let's see, I'm not sure how far out. I think this goes 60 hours out. Wow, that's longer than I thought. This goes all the way out to, wow, this covers till the 6th at 0Z. So this will be able to cover the Thursday threat as well. Okay. So the day 3 outlook, the significant severe threat across West Texas, the Panhandle of Texas, and Panhandle of Oklahoma here. So the first thing we got to do is we got to determine when the storm's going to form. But before we do that, I want to look at another parameter for tomorrow's event as well, for the 4th at 12Z. That's 12Z there. This is bulk shear. This is basically the shear in the atmosphere. We have a nice band here of 50 to 65 knots of bulk shear, which would probably be roughly around, I don't know, I'm not going to make an estimation in miles per hour, but, well, actually, it would probably be somewhere from like 57 to 72, I think, miles per hour. Still, nonetheless, it's a lot of shear. As you can see, we have a nice area of shear along the trough there, the upper level trough. Really bringing in a lot of shear there. And then we have the SRH 0 to 3 kilometers above ground level. We have, let's go to 12Z here. This would probably be around 12Z. Yep. Okay, so storm relative velocity, where these storms are forming across the Red River area. Around 450 to 500 And as well as downstream, we have those values as well. So a very high SRH. And as those storms really develop, uh, you can definitely tell that. So this could be even considered some extreme SRH. If we look at the supercell composite, now I do need to be careful looking at these composite parameters because obviously they're just composite parameters, like not really actual forecasts or anything. But yeah, as you can see, we have this area setting up here, this boundary, with higher supercell composite to the east. We have up to 5, in fact, which is quite a bit. And as these storms develop, you'll see supercell composite really moves off, and then you could definitely tell where the fronts are set up here. We have some kind of boundary layer or boundary here, and then we have some kind of boundary here. Really keeping the supercell composite to the south and east. Significant tornado parameter. Looking about 28 hours out. That's a little too far out. Okay. Significant tornado parameter, mostly across eastern Oklahoma here. And even then, it's only 0.5 to 1. So nothing too much until it really intensifies up to 1.5 in areas here across southeastern Oklahoma and southern Missouri. And really getting up there towards 2. So that's quite a bit of significant tornado perimeter. As well as here, yeah, all the way up to 2 there. If we look at the, let's see. If we look at the most unstable cape, definitely a very, very important part. This is 14Z, so we need to go back to 12Z. Most unstable cape, we have pockets up to 3,000 isolated pockets. A widespread 1,000 to 1,500. And then an area of other widespread area of 2,000 to 2,500. And then we have these isolated pockets scattered in here of 2,500 to 3,000. So they have the storms will have a lot of instability to work with. In fact, let's go back to that 12Z look here. And as these storms move off, they're going to continue to be working with some nice cape there. And then, let's see. Okay, that's interesting. It's interesting to note there. Okay, so now moving towards, March 3rd, let's see. Interesting. They have not updated the day 3 yet. That's weird. Either way, we have a significant severe threat across this area here. So let's take a look. Now we got to determine, first of all, where the storms, or when the storms are likely going to form and where. So moving out towards 42 hours out, when are these storms likely going to develop? Does the NAM even show them developing? The NAM does not even show them developing across that region. That's pretty interesting there. So we'll probably have to look at another model for this one, because we know there's going to be thunderstorms on that day, on the 5th. We could try to take a look at the GFS, see how that works out for us. And the GFS, once again, does not even show any storms developing across that region. That's pretty annoying, but I know the reason is because it's a lower resolution model. It's not going to show all the discrete stuff like any of the other ones would. Let's look at the Euro. It's a little bit higher res. 42 hours out, this should be the 5th. The Euro is a little bit more higher res. Okay, it does show this storm developing, but that is at the 6th. So The Euro doesn't even show any storms developing. That's strange. That's really strange to me. Either way, we could use the NAM3KM to look at the environment. Severe weather, most unstable. To the 5th. So whenever the Cape moves up into this region, it does show some nice Cape moving up into this region, all the way up to this area here, up to 2,000, isolated up to 2,500. And that continues to surge northward as the day moves on there. We have a nice area of instability. Let's look at our wind profiles there for that day. So if we look at our 500 millibar height and wind, 37 hours out. Yeah, this is 00Z. Oh, so on the 5th, we do see this other trough moving in. I think this is really what's going to be the source of this. We have a nice little trough moving in here. You can see that's kind of the axis of the trough. It's slightly negative tilted, or slightly positive tilted. So backing up to about 5Z on the 5th, we can see how this trough develops. It starts out slightly positively tilted in its axis. And this is going to continue swinging through here. I'm bringing lots of probably moisture out of the southwest here in the upper levels. So as this gets close enough to start initiating storms, this is about 21Z, so it's probably going to be later at night during the threat. We have a nice southwesterly flow here. And then we also have a southerly flow across portions here. So we would likely have some nice combination of Gulf and Pacific moisture. And then as this trough moves on, we have a nice jet streak here on the exit region here. You can definitely tell it's there because across this part of the exit region, the winds are going more like this. And then across this part of the exit region, the winds are going more like this. So you can definitely see the area of divergence there. And yeah, this area is right over it. So that's a favorable area for severe weather. And we have this, you can see the center of the trough here. Definitely an interesting setup here. A nice sharp trough. This is more not tilted either way at this point. This is more of a neutral tilt, I guess you could say. And then as it swings through, it's going to become, on this model, it becomes slightly negatively tilted. If we can get actually a good, it becomes like maybe, let's see, maybe slightly negatively tilted there. Yeah, that's about it. Alright, so let's look at our 700 millibar wind profiles. If that area of divergence can create a lower level response, we will see. We have that. We do have a nice low level jet. This can increase shear, as I previously stated. We also have moisture driving from both directions here. So we even have even more moisture here across this region than we did in the previous day. Obviously, that would be today and yesterday. Well, what, tomorrow? Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Nice low-level jet. Let's see if we can get a response out of the 850 millibar level here. So we're gonna move out here towards 21Z, when the storms will likely be moving across this region. We do have a nice low-level jet across this region here. We might have some slight moisture moving across the mountains here, although the mountains could also block some of this moisture. So that's pretty interesting. We have also this interesting thing going on here. We also have kind of a ridge here across the eastern U.S. We got our high pressure over here, high pressure system over here. And so we have a nice ridge being brought to the eastern U.S. Nice moisture and heat area here. If we look at severe weather here, most unstable Cape. I think we already looked at that. Never mind. Let's see if we could get crossover. Yes. Sub Cape, SV Cape and photographs. 37 hours. Let's see. Okay. So 21Z here. We got some nicely shaped photographs here, especially up here toward Nebraska. We have more straight photographs out this way. Out here, though, we do have some nicely shaped photographs, curving in the wind. We do have some nice cape, though, moving. We do have some nice cape, though, moving up here towards Texas. It'll be pretty interesting to see towards the Panhandle area. Let's see. SRH 0 to 3 kilometers. Let's move out towards, let's see, towards 21Z. Yeah, this is definitely, we definitely have a nice sector here of storm relative velocity, especially over Nebraska there. And then also we have this pocket here. We have some nice pockets here over these areas. So this would probably be some of our highest risk areas here. And then we have our like medium risk here, and then our lower risk areas probably out towards this way. Yeah, that's what I would be thinking here. Let's see how this progresses though. Oh wow. I mean, look at this. We have a nice broad sector here of 200 plus, even up to towards 500 storm relative velocity. Let's look at our lapse rates. If I can find it, or let's just look at supercell composite for now because I can't seem to find the lapse rates out towards 21Z. We have some nice steeper lapse rates here across Texas, northern Texas here. That storms could get going on. It's not anything too crazy, but it's definitely supportive. Let's see. Yeah, this is showing this convection getting going around this time. This is the composite, really. Lapse rates. Okay, lapse rates. 700 to 500 millibars. Let's see, out towards 21Z. Yeah, we definitely have supportive lapse rates. Very steep, in fact, even up to 8 degrees Celsius per kilometer squared. And then the lapse rates 0 to 3 kilometers. Yeah, we do have some supportive lapse rates, even upwards of 9.5 here. So that's probably why they have the significant severe weather outlined here. Yeah, that's really, really interesting to see. So, anyways, moving on to the mesoanalysis for today. Why is it zoomed in on here? I did not even full conus sector. Okay. So today we have this nice area setting up here of southerly flow and preparing for this marginal risk today. We have everything setting up nicely. This is 6 hours out, I think. Let's see, 6 hours out. Oh no. Okay, so currently we have this is set up here. Let's see. Bulk shear. Yeah, we have these nice areas here. Bulk shear. Storms will likely fire across these somewhere in here. Let's see. Yeah, look at that forecast bulk shear right there. Yeah, it's gonna peak out right here. Storm relative velocity. 50, not too much. And then at 6 hours, oh wow, upwards of 100. Yeah, that's pretty interesting there. Composite, supercell composite. About 1.5, 0.5 to 1. And yeah, 2 over northeast Oklahoma. So this will probably be the bullseye region for today, somewhere in here. I might expand that to include more of southeastern Kansas. So that might be the bullseye region for today. Yeah, that area is outlined. No tornado threat, just a hail threat. So, thank you for watching today's video. I know it was a bit longer than usual. I know we did an in-depth discussion, but you should check out EpicPen. For clarification, they did give me the pro version for free. But thank you for watching today's video. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.